Friday. Go next. Lovely. I'm trying out a new camera. I have no idea how well it will work. I don't know how good the mic is. I don't know how the video quality is. We will find out today. Hopefully it's not so bad that I feel the need to refilm. If it turns out the mic is lousy, I will look into getting a better mic for it. Who knows? Worst case scenario, I go back to my old camera. But this one, I'm hoping will serve well. Alright, news. I'm hoping to actually have news about the Makerspace in the near future. For the most part, it's just been saving. And then I went on a whole bunch of trips, and that didn't help that. But we'll see. Should be news soon. Thank you all for your support so far. It's gonna be gorgeous. Commissions! I've been getting a whole bunch of new commission requests recently, and right up there with the diagnostic and repair, I'm probably not going to have time to take new commissions until at least July, as I'm currently, I think, like 6 or 8 months behind on my current commissions. There's just no time. No time. That's what I get for finally going to events. All this travel, getting ready for the next event, recovering from the event, going to the next event. Speaking of events, the next event I'm going to is actually kind of this weekend. I'm traveling home to Idaho, where I was born, to burn a wicker man made out of the gnome's Christmas tree. Because the Christians stole our holy days, and by all the gods above and below, we're gonna take them back. So that'll be fun. Barbecue, family, lovely. Then, a week after that, I will be at Afterworlds down in Oregon. Me and the crew, the local contingent of the crew. Most of us are going to Afterworlds, and it's going to be a lot of fun for us. I don't know how much fun it's going to be for everyone else, but we're going to be there. After that, I'm going to the Project My Neighborhood event in Minnesota. Out of Darts and I will be traveling to that together. They're going to try to break Jared's Epic Nerf Battles record. We'll see how that turns out. If nothing else, it's going to be a fantastic event. Corporal Armor will be there for you auxiliary who are familiar with him. There are probably loads of other auxiliary there as well. Again, looking forward to seeing auxiliary as always. Should be a lot of fun. Then in June, I will be going to both WVZ and End War back-to-back weekends. That is going to be brutal, but it should be a lot of fun. WVZ, I think I'm the only one locally traveling to that. I don't know of any other crew that are going to. There will almost certainly be auxiliary there, of course. Corporal Armor will be there. And then End War, if all goes well, I should be there with at least 5 or 6 crew, including old veterans, if they're able to make it. Hoping to bring the Lieutenant, Sergeant Major, Corporal Ulrich, and then a couple of the newer contingent. So, yeah. Plenty of opportunities to join us if you are in the auxiliary or wish to join the auxiliary. See us in action. Hopefully we'll actually put up a good showing and not just all die in the first 5 minutes. That's entirely likely. That's a thing that can happen. But we'll see. Alright, questions. Finally getting proper questions again. Voidwalker asked, cutlass or small sword? Depends on what I'm doing. If I'm boarding an enemy ship, I'm going to want a cutlass. They're far better for that. Hacking weapons are better for mass melee. They're also better on ships with a lot of rigging because you don't want to get your pointy long sword stuck in a rope somewhere. But if I'm in a duel, I would definitely take a small sword. They're faster, they're lighter, they've got better reach, better, they've got a pronounced point. My primary fencing training was with the foil, which is what the small sword is meant to represent, the small sword. So that would definitely be my choice there. Jake the Dog, what is your favorite World War II battleship? Ooh, that is a tough one. It's really a toss between the Bismarck and the Yamato. The Yamato was the largest one ever made. The Bismarck was the largest when it was made, but then I believe the Yamato ended up being bigger. I like that both of them went down all guns blazing. I felt that was particularly iconic of them. The Bismarck took out 2 other smaller battleships and then just got torpedoed and hammered into oblivion. Same with the Yamato. It got caught by torpedo bombers and just blasted to pieces. I think it eventually took a bomb into its magazine and just gone with all hands. And I really liked the design of the Yamato. There was something much more sleek and the curves that the Japanese battleships had as compared to the fairly blocky look of the American and German battleships. It was just a really pretty ship. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. Cord22. Have you heard of or played the game Baba Is You? Nope. Tigeko. Tigeko. What blaster would you recommend a non-nerfer who wants to get started? It depends on what you're getting started in. If you want to start modding, start with something simple. If you want to go straight to electronics, start with a Strife or a Strife clone, any of the single semi-automatic flywheel blasters. If you just want to get real easy, go for a single-shot Springer. It's somewhere to start as far as breaking it open, getting used to how to open them, getting used to how all the parts work. If you're looking for Nerf wars, talk to your local nerfers, because they're going to have certain rules that will affect what are the better options. Same thing if you're going in for HVZ or for LARP. I have videos on what I recommend for HVZ blasters, and I have videos on beginning nerfers. So give those a look, and let me know what it is you're wanting to get into, because that will seriously influence which blasters are the best choice for you. Yannick, how easy do you think it would be to put the slide and plunger assembly from a Shadow ICS-6 into a Speedload 6? I hesitate to ever say that anything is not possible, because with enough epoxy, anything is possible, but that is not going to be easy at all. The internals are completely different, and I doubt the shells are even remotely compatible, so good luck with that. Adam Myers, just curious, have you thought about doing a Warhammer 40k loadout? I have, which is why I've mentioned doing a Warhammer 40k loadout in numerous previous videos. Yes, I am looking someday I would like to have Space Marine armor, but that is a massive project that I do not have even the beginnings of the tools or the knowledge to do. But for a simple cosplay, I would like to do either a Imperial Guard captain or a commissar loadout using my bolt pistol, my bolter, which is more the size of a bolt pistol, really. Necro Acid Creep. Can you please do a walkthrough for upgrading a Worker Hurricane? Yes, I am going to be doing a K26 and beyond on the Hurricane, starting with what are they stock, going all the way up to dual stage Krakens and everything that's in between. And I will do a very thorough and detailed walkthrough as I do the build itself. So stay tuned for that. It might be a while. I've got all the parts now. But I've got a lot of other projects that are currently ahead of it. But it will be happening because I really want a pair. And I've got almost all of the parts. I'm missing just a few. So, stay tuned. Silent Paw, will you be trying to get your hands on the new Titan minigun? Trying? I will go to the store and I shall give them money and they shall let me have the thing. I'm not sure where the try comes in. But yes, absolutely. It's on the list of blasters that I will be getting. I probably won't get it immediately. I will wait for the first price drop, because the price will drop, and then I will drop it, because I want that 50-round magazine in a dirty, dirty way. But I will have it. I don't know what I'll do with the actual minigun. Something. I'll do something interesting. But the drum is going on ire, because the Stampede was supposed to come with a dual 50-round drum mag. And it didn't. She deserves it. Knut. I am balancing between getting a Stampede and minimizing it and upgrading it so that I would get an SMG type of a thing, or decking out my Strife, LiPo, upgrade wheels, and I don't quite know which one would be cheaper to realize, and would like your opinion on which of them you think would be better. The Stampede would almost certainly be cheaper, because Stampedes aren't terribly expensive, and you wouldn't be adding much, you would be removing stuff. You will need to do, at the very least, a voltage upgrade, and probably want to do a spring upgrade. And if you go far enough into the spring upgrade, you're going to need metal gears, and that would probably be the most expensive part, though they're not terribly expensive through Litake. The Strife is going to be a lot more expensive. Between getting lipos, depending on the motors you get, they're not too bad. But the cage and the wheels can be fairly expensive. And your Scorpion Evo kit is actually probably going to be the most expensive. Those cosmetic kits, while gorgeous, are not cheap. You're looking at probably $250, $300 for that strife, maybe less. That'll be more of a commission build cost, but at least 150, probably 200 for the strife. Whereas you'd probably be looking at less than 100 for that Stampede. So, performance-wise, if you're going for like a Nerf war, the strife is going to be a far superior as far as range and rate of fire go that you're ever going to be able to get from a Stampede. I mean, you can get an auto strife up to 140 on Michelle 2s. So if you go with heavier than that, you can get a lot more out of an auto strife. The Stampede kind of has a hard limit until you go into brassing the breech, and then you run into reliability issues, which are definitely a downside. So it's a toss-up. Those are both really good options, and it kind of depends on what you're going to be doing with it. But I would honestly lean towards the strife for ease of build, if nothing else. Liam Buikama, who is your favorite hobbit in the Shire? The Old Took. Ah, a smaller target. Come on. Fire Wizard 1000. If you could improve the Stampede in any way, shape, or form, what would it be? Well, I would probably add an ammo counter, a voltmeter, probably a UV LED to light up glow-in-the-dark rounds. Probably put in a motorized pump and add a Titan tank. Probably do redo the voltage, maybe a backup power source, and then I'd name it Ire. Nogan Kunkel. Are you happy that Hasbro is remaking old blasters like the Alpha Trooper and the Rapid Strike, or would you rather them make new styles and replace the old blasters? I like that they do both, because things like, we had the Alpha Trooper, then the Elite Alpha Trooper, then the Orange Alpha Trooper, and then the Accu Trooper. And then the same thing with stripes. There have been, what, 4 different paint jobs? 4 or 5 paint jobs for the stripe now? And then the 2 different variants of the Rapid Strike. There's actually been at least one other slight variant of the Rapid Strike. And that is proof that those are really good platforms. The Strife is obviously one of the favorite blasters for Nerf modding. The same thing, they re-released the Long Strike because it was such a popular one for modding, and they knew that it would sell. While they don't like that we mod, or they must publicly say that they don't like that we mod, the fact that they re-released the blasters that are the most popular for modding suggests that they know that we are at least a decent part of the market and are willing to accept that. But I like that they keep coming out with new stuff as well. I mean, I like the innovation when they come out with completely new form factors, things like the Infinus that are genuinely revolutionary in the internals. The fact that they try to do things like the Select Fire one that I can't remember, the Regulator, just the execution was a little bit weak. But the concept was definitely there. I like both areas. Alex Dilko, do you own any real steel firearms? Yes. Jacka Gaming, do you think a minimized Rapid Strike is better than an Auto Strike? No, I prefer the Auto Strike. It's a much svelter and much easier build. You don't have to minimize anything. It comes that way. Do you like the carry handle on the Rapid Strike and the Long Shot? I do. I like carry handles, actually. I like the one on the Stampede as well. Jedi Leader 01. In heraldry, I know there is gold, yellow, silver, white, and copper orange. There actually isn't a copper orange in historic tincture. That's something that I run with because I like orange. Is there a diamond light blue heraldry? No. And again, the term for the colors in heraldry are called tinctures. And there are 5 official heraldry tinctures, and then there are the 2 metals, white and silver and gold. Then there is red, blue, green, purple, and black. There isn't actually orange. Orange was not a common color in Europe at that time. It eventually became a popular color, but early heraldry did not recognize it as an official tincture. And then you have what are called the furs, which are weird patterns. So no, there isn't a diamond official heraldry tincture or metal or gem. Gems don't exist in traditional heraldry. I mean, you could call them whatever you want nowadays. That's how history works. Wannabe Studios. Is it possible to have a strong arm master key that does not have to be primed? I think I know what you're getting at. There isn't a way to make it so that you simply pull the trigger and it fires, not using a strong arm. I mean, you could use a Snapfire 8 would be that. But if you simply glue the trigger down or screw the trigger back or whatever, so make it so the trigger is always pulled, then it becomes slamfire only, which is how most people do their strong arm master keys. Because then when you prime it, as soon as it primes all the way back, it fires. So it would be like the nail biter in that every time you just blam, blam, blam. And that is how... That's how all the stronger master keys that I've made. I made a bunch for Stampedes in the past, and that's how they asked to have it done, the slamfire only. Because it works. It works very well. For what you're going for. Generally, I say that if you're going to have a master key, it should fire something other than what your primary blaster does, or fire more of them. But in this case, they wanted just a backup one. The Stampede is out of ammunition. They wanted something that they could quickly take out a couple of zombies and then switch back to, you know, to reload. And so, yeah, that's how you would do that. Colin Simone. How do you find all these Nerf events? Facebook. They all have Facebook pages. They all get announced on Facebook. Also, some of them people reach out to me. Jacob B. Does the auxiliary carry over into paintball and airsoft? I've actually covered this in pretty much every one of the auxiliary update videos. Yes, the crew auxiliary is the auxiliary of the crew, and the crew is not limited to any one hobby. In fact, we came to Nerf late in our existence. We do LARPing, medieval recreation, airsoft. I think some of my guys do paintball. A lot of Nerf, HVZ, video games, actual security work. Though the auxiliary doesn't go into the actual security work, but the crew does. So yeah, no, any hobby that you do can be auxiliary in one way or another, provided you are following the auxiliary's motto, following our style, the making it more fun for everyone and being a good sport and being honest and being helpful and all of that. As long as you're doing that in whatever hobby you take that attitude and that style with you, that is auxiliary as far as I'm concerned. Nerf, thrifting, reviews, and more. How would you store a Centurion and a Stampede? Well, Stampede I store in racks because they're big and bulky. The Centurion I lean up in a corner because it's so long. There really isn't room for it anywhere else. And when do you think is the best time to go thrifting? The Christmas holiday season. So right around Black Friday all the way through to the end of January, really, because in the Black Friday, everything's on sale. Most of the thrift stores have like 50% off everything. Plus, a lot of people are purging their kids' old toys in preparation for getting more for Christmas. Then, of course, around Christmas, everything is on sale. All the toys go on sale. And then after New Year's, they aren't usually on sale, but that's when people have then purged all of the old toys because all the new toys are taking up too much room. So those are the best times that I have found for thrifting. A lot of people consider it rude to thrift right before the holidays because there are less advantaged people who would take advantage, who could, you know, benefit from that. The ones after Christmas, I have no sympathy for whatsoever. They've had their chance. It's my turn. I do Black Friday pretty much every year just because that was the first video that I did that is still one of my most popular videos. So I do that one just because I enjoy it. Don't know if I'll be doing it next year. We'll see though. We will see. And finally, Ryan Perkins asks, can you make a tutorial on how to make Nerf melee weapons? I can! I have that ability, what with having a camera and all. And I do eventually intend to. When the Makerspace gets going, one of the areas that I plan to expand into is more LARP stuff. Making LARP armor and more cosplay stuff and really getting all of the tools and all of the materials necessary to make really higher end boffer weapons, both for Nerf Wars and for things like Afterworlds, and possibly even HVZs that allow melee weapons. I'd like to be able to make really nice quality ones that are really, really squishy. because I don't like, bludgeoning people with overly hard foam weapons. So I want to be able to make them very safe and fun to be, well, not really fun to be hit with, but less unpleasant to be hit with. And also, what are all of your named blasters and the stories behind how they earned their name? I currently have 4 named blasters, and there's a 5th one in my shop and 2 that need to earn their name. Ire was the first one to earn a name, and it was somewhere in the early HVZs, either at WSU or U of I don't remember when I actually named her. There wasn't, I don't recall there being a particular event. There was one day when I managed to tag 100 zombies over the course of the day without ever getting tagged. And I think that may have been when I decided to start looking for a name, and then I eventually stumbled across Ire, because I was looking into Valkyries. I liked the idea of naming it after a Valkyrie. The next one to get a name was, now I don't remember whether it was Uller or Frigga. I think it was Uller, which is my Caliburn. And that one earned its name with the very first shot it ever fired. I finally took it to a vent. I had a shield that I was running. I was planning to just use the shield as cover, go to plant the shield, hide behind the shield, and shoot behind that. And another person with a Caliburn squared off on the far side of the field, and I took a shot. And the very first shot that Uller ever fired, perfect shot, center of mass at 100 feet from behind the shield. And that, I felt, earned its name. And I ended up naming it Uller, which is Thor's stepson, I believe. And it is the god of shields and archery. So, had the shield, had a long-range shot, it felt very fitting, so I went with that. The next one, I believe, was my modified Prometheus, which was named Frigga, because I built her for a friend's wedding. We did the zombie attack on their wedding because they were folks from Afterworld. So I showed up in my full heavy kit as Ant, with that one, with Frigga, so that I could drop her and pull swords and sword fight the bride and groom, and it was a wonderful ceremony. And that was impressive enough and an awesome enough event that I decided to name it Frigga, because she is the Norse goddess of marriage and love. And then oh, right, Tyr. I forgot Tyr. Tyr was actually the second one that got named. And that's because it's Tyr. It just is. I truly finalized the name when we ran the Juggernaut battle, and I was able to hold off 2 armies of people, largely, and that survived all the way until made it all the way through the event. And that's when I decided to definitely name it Tyr and officially named it. And then I have Hildir, which is Ire's sister Stampede, which is Seamstress at Arms Stampede, with a Magnus Master Key that she named after the strifes that we kept giving her kept jamming. So she finally had me build her a Stampede, and it operated perfectly for the entire event, and so it got named Hildir, which is the goddess of battle, the Valkyrie of battle, rather. There is also a rough cut master key that can be swapped out for that one. And then I have a pair, my auto stripes have earned a name. I haven't actually named them yet because they need some upgrades. The original full auto kits failed in one of them, and they didn't have 3 switch auto kits anyway, and so they didn't have pusher arm return, and that led to some issues. But I want to swap them out for 3 switch setups. I have the files from Thingiverse. I just need to print them out and swap them in. And it was after Ragnarok Oktoberfest, which was very fitting because that is, a Norse-based name, that they earned their names because Frigga ran out of ammunition. I went through, 800 rounds at least, maybe more, possibly 1,000 rounds in that last fight. And for the last 2 waves of zombie, I was down to auto strifes and sword, and I made it through. They didn't jam, they didn't fail, they hit what I pointed at. Any lesser blaster I don't feel would have gotten me through that last stand, and so they've earned their name. Once I get them fully built, I will do their naming ceremony and they will be named. And that's the current history. There may be more in the future since I'm going to a lot of big events. I hit the stand. Close enough. Alright! I don't have a whole lot of packages, which is actually really cool, but I think they're going to be really cool packages. So let's look at the loot. Alright, well, we have 3 small packages and 1 envelope, and it's all going to be good stuff because I know where a lot of it came from, and I'm excited. So let's take a look at this one first. Oh, Captain Xavier, to Captain Xavier from Drake of Squad Los Lucha Osos Muertos, SoCal Aux. Classified property of the crew auxiliary. Look at that! That is so cool. Huh. Dear Captain Xavier, Captain my Captain Bangarang. Bangarang. Hope this letter finds you well, and so does the day. It does. I'm having a lovely day. I would like to start off by saying that I enjoy watching your channel, both entertaining and educational. It is funny, but my fiance says we could be brothers because every time she sees me watching one of your videos. Reasons for this is we share very similar traits and enjoy similar hobbies. I am, too, a large bearded man that enjoys Nerf, Legos, and occasional acting silly. Also love gummies and a good root beer. Well, you're clearly a man of good taste. As I said before, I enjoy your channel, and there are times they have cheered me up after having a horrible day. I actually had messaged you via Facebook a while back. I had a terrible week and was feeling awful. Then Friday came along and a few episodes of Friday Fanmail. It brightened my day so much after watching it. Thank you. So, the Nerf-related stuff. I am part of a Nerf squad called Los Lucha Osos Muertos, translated The Fighting Death Bears. Well, that's just awesome. The name was a collaboration of ideas amongst squad members to represent Southern California. I later designed the logo, also designed the SoCal Aux logo too. Being involved with Nerf had been awesome to me, both physical and emotional. Your videos have a great inspiration with the formation of the crew auxiliary. It got better. I hope to have time in the future to send some images of my builds and loadout. If this letter finds you in time to appear in an episode of Friday Fanmail before Saturday, 4/20, would it be possible to ask for a shout out to the SoCal Aux and Los Lucho Osos Muertos? Well, consider yourselves shouted, because that is awesome. We have a Nerf War, SoCal Nerf War, that Saturday. It would be an honor to have a shout-out from the good captain before the epic day of foam combat. Well, luckily it did get here in time. If you are in the SoCal area, you should definitely go to their event. Hopefully, you can find it. P.S. On the back of this letter, there are some notes and signatures from fellow squad members and members of the Aux crew. For you, along with the letter, are some gifts. Thank you, and a good day. And of course, Bangarang! David Gutierrez. Drake. What have we got in here? From one captain to another. Cheers. Captain Crush. Ahoy, Captain. Thanks for the tips and advice and all the fun stuff. Nerf on brother, John Stropel. The Mad Hatter. Atomic Death Chicken. Bangarang. Atomic Death Chicken? That's awesome. Thanks for all your helpful videos, your goofiness, and over-the-top way of engaging and entertaining. I'm glad you enjoy your stay with my friends, the Haydens in Dallas. Cheers, and Bangarang, Adrian, Ghost Wolf. Yes, thank you for setting us up. That was absolutely awesome, having somewhere to stay. Captain, thank you for being an inspiration. The Midnight Mod Society held the first mod party, and we had several members from the crew auxiliary present. We followed your mod guide for Night Finders. Awesome. K26 Brass Barrels, Zero Dead Space, Keep on Nerfing, Parker Kellum, a.k.a. Parkilliot. I like that. That is yes. I have no idea what that says. I think they're just names. Cool. And there's some sort of script. Very cool. Los Lucha Osos Muertos. Oh, here are some patches I designed. Very cool. Drake Studios. David Patrick Gutierrez. 3D modeling and animation, illustration and design, compositing and editing. DrakeStudiosGailian at gmail.com. I will be sure to put links to that in the description. Those are really cool. That is a really nice composite design. I like how the Aux symbol fits in the star. Ah, the Death Bears. Very cool. I like the auxiliary one. That is cool. And patches! Yes. Ooh, I like those. Very nice design. That is really, really cool. I will get Velcro put on the backs of those once I buy more Velcro. I like them all. Those are cool. I particularly like that one. That one is really cool. That one again, I love how the anti-glass integrates into the star. That is a really clever design. Yes. Very, very cool. Thank you so much. Absolutely awesome. Go to their event. If they're as cool as they appear, it'll be an awesome event. And this is classy stuff. This is the kind of stuff I love. Oh, you guys are too cool. All right. Let's take a look at this one, because I have no idea what it is, where it's from, or what could be in it. It's Lego! It's Lego! Open! Dear Cap, I have been watching you for 5 months and have decided to mail you something. Hope you like them! From Crosshair. I wasted a lot of paper, as you can see. That's awesome! He has sent me a dwarf, an angry dwarf, with a cloak. Pretty sure that's not how that cloak's supposed to go on, but that works. Looks like an orc. An orc with no head. And an albino warg. I'm pretty sure I did not have the white warg. I think I had brown ones and gray ones, but I don't believe I had the red one, so that is awesome. Now I have one to put my leader on. Very, very cool. Yeah. Interesting. Sweet. Awesome. Well, thank you. I love getting Lego. It's one of my favorite things about having a channel, honestly, is just Lego. Shows up in the mail. It's like a dream from my childhood that I never thought would come true. All right then, let's take a look at this one. This one is from Containment Crew. I ran into one of the absolutely magnificent fellows from Containment Crew at Penn State, and he ran with us. Magnificent beard. Absolutely magnificent. And he offered to send me stuff, and I said, you go right ahead. So let's see what he sent me. There will eventually be a whole video of me just using all of this stuff. Oh, those are just... Okay, those are just cool. He has sent me Inferno wheels. Look at those. They apparently went through a lot of R&D. They ended up putting grooves. Rather than serrations, they've got grooves sideways in them, and I couldn't tell you why, but they seem to think they were a good idea, and they come in pairs with the fireballs opposite of each other. So they spin the way they should spin. They spin in to indicate they're going the right way. And that's just cool on a level that I haven't seen in stuff. It's little things like that. And they sent me the original, another set of the original Containment Crew wheels. Very, very cool. I've used those in some of my builds. Ooh. He sent me motor screws, as well as stickers, a whole bunch of stickers, and a metal strife extended mag release. That is sweet looking. Ooh, I think I know which blaster that's going in. Ooh, oh man. Acetyl plunger head for the Caliburn. Oh, that's going in Uller. Uller's getting an upgrade. That is pretty nice. Nice. A cage. Some sort of a cage. A Containment Crew cage. I'm not sure which cage, but it looks like a really nice cage. I'm going to have to build me a new blaster just with these parts. Oh, Pro Fit spring for the Nerf. A Chrono spring. Nice. Very nice. I don't know how heavy it is, but it seems quite beefy. And finally, last but not least, they asked me if there was anything that I specifically wanted, and I asked for one of these, and they actually put it together and kept sending me the the pictures as they were doing it. Apparently they don't usually ship them with the switches, but he did. It's their Rapid Strike switch plate, which is just cooler than should be allowed. That is awesome. I know where these are going. Yeah. I'm gonna need to build me at least 2 Rapid Strikes now, because I have all the parts to do 2 Rapid Strikes. I wonder which one's gonna get which parts. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be gorgeous. You, sir, are awesome. I cannot wait to run into you guys again, and hopefully I will have a blaster built using parts that you have sent me. Oh, that is so cool. Thank you so much. That is awesome. All right, and now another one that I know who it's from, and I know it's going to be awesome, but I have no idea what's in it. This is another package from the inestimable GavinFuzzy, who keeps sending me stuff because he is awesome, and it's always awesome stuff. Oh, Lord have mercy. Is this what I think it is? Hello, Captain Xavier. I have enclosed a new piece of kit for you to check out. It is the Slide Prime Action Mad-Fed Falcon Fire. The Spamf loads onto a AccuStrike Falcon Fire and converts it into a short dart magazine-fed blaster. It will work with both Talon and Katana mags. It can take any Retaliator size upgrade spring, just like the Falcon Fire would. I recommend going with a 5 to 8 for ease of prime. I think it makes a great secondary if you're running a short dart mags as your primary. It's a rather effective primary too if you want something light and compact to run with. Hopefully you enjoy this kit. I have upload instructions for installation on my Etsy, listing in this kit. Spamf Etsy, yes, sweet. GavinFuzzy, sweet. I just saw Walcomm's video on this and was going, I must have one. They look magnificent. And then it shows up in the mail. I love it. Oh, I may have to just build this right after this video. Just because I wanna. Just because I wanna. Because I always loved the look of the Falcon Fire, but was somewhat unimpressed by the internals. But this changes everything. All right, that's happening. Okay, so y'all are awesome. You sent me the coolest stuff. You people are amazing. You're the reason I keep doing this. You are so cool. And thank you for watching.